The best restaurant in Asia is hidden in plain sight. Just a few steps away from Tokyo Station, you'll find the Four Seasons at Marunouchi, home to Sézanne. This 2 Michelin-starred restaurant, crowned #1 in Asia this year by the World's 50 Best, reimagines classic French cuisine through the lens of Japanese ingredients. Upon arrival on the 7th floor, you are ushered into a lounge where a chilled glass of jasmine water awaits you, giving you a chance to soak in the cityscape through floor-to-ceiling windows. Stepping into the restaurant, you're greeted by clean lines and a calming pastel palette. It's an intimate space where Japanese aesthetics meet modern design. Eucalyptus wood and textured mud paint create a backdrop for the sleek furniture and leather-topped tables, accented by French Le Livre silk. And who could forget the centerpiece, a striking decanter station of white Carrara marble, which completes the refined ambiance. Sézanne is led by chef Daniel Calvert, whose impressive pedigree includes Per Se and Brilliance in Hong Kong, where he earned a Michelin star and first debuted on Asia's 50 Best list. With this foundation, Chef Calvert opened Sézanne in 2021 and now blends his experience of French and Chinese culinary techniques with Japanese influences. This intriguing concept that fuses 3 of the world's most celebrated cuisines is one that immediately piqued my interest. Since its opening, the accolades have quickly followed. Its first Michelin star in less than half a year after opening, a second star in the 2023 guide, recognition by Les Grandes Tables du Monde, and the top spot on Asia's 50 Best Restaurant list, published in March of this year, the fastest that any restaurant has climbed to the top. The culinary journey commences with an amuse bouche of a comté gougere and a tart of diced ama ebi marinated in Venison. The gougere, which is essentially an elevated cheese puff, delivers a delightful, smoky, aged flavor and smooth, gooey texture from the comté. The ama ebi tart is a burst of flavor, featuring exquisitely tender shrimp, texture from the pearls, and a bright acidity from the Venison, all working together in harmony. Next arrives a pairing of freshly baked koshihikari rice and white miso sourdough with Brittany butter. The bread has a wonderful fluffiness, its airy crumb contrasting with its unfortunately rock-hard crust. The rice and miso accentuate the sourdough's tanginess with subtle sweetness and a more concentrated flavor. The Brittany butter offers smooth texture and a more pure, refined flavor as compared to regular butter. A Matsutake mushroom soup follows, showcasing the prized seasonal delicacy. Matsutake mushrooms are hand-picked and have a short growing season, making them a precious commodity available for only a few weeks between September and October. Of all the Matsutake dishes I've tried this trip, this soup had by far the deepest infusion of flavor. Firm, chewy chunks of Matsutake and ginkgo nuts add textural variety, elevating this dish to perhaps one of the finest mushroom soups imaginable. Next up is an heirloom tomato tart with garden basil and burrata, a visually appealing and meticulously composed dish. However, the initial bite reveals an overwhelming burst of sweetness and acidity from the tomato, which unfortunately masks all of the other delicate flavors. You can also see here that the sauce is rather gloopy, as if it were being squeezed out of a half-empty mayo bottle, which detracts from the overall presentation. Next, we have a dish created in collaboration with The Chairman, a legendary Cantonese restaurant in Hong Kong. It's a beautifully crafted dish of foie gras slow poached with chicken leg and soy sauce, a harmonious fusion of Chinese, Japanese, and French influences. Served on a crispy brioche with a feather-light interior, the foie gras melts effortlessly, its richness balanced by the sweet and umami notes of the soy and the lighter notes from the chicken leg. While foie gras can often be quite rich, here it's surprisingly light and balanced to the point that I could honestly eat this every day. Next, glazed unagi with mixed leaves on top of a pastry follows, but unfortunately fails to impress. The textures of the unagi, greens, and sauce-soaked pastry converge into an amalgamation of mushiness with nothing distinctly notable or memorable. The salsa verde sauce is also fairly flat in flavor and doesn't do much to help lift the dish. Next up, salmon roe with cucumber and horseradish offers a visually stunning presentation with an excellent choice of plate. While the flavors are pleasant, it tastes kind of flat and it's lacking some sort of oomph to elevate the dish. The final entree features venison with Girolle mushrooms and potatoes. Sadly, the venison is excessively chewy, and both sauces offer a similar brazen heaviness. The mushroom sauce is lacking mushroom flavor, as well as some citrus to lift the dish and cut through the heaviness. While the potatoes are cooked well, there's a hint of greasiness that further adds to the dense character of the dish. The first dessert, Meyer Lemon custard with lemon thyme, arrives. While the smooth custard is elevated by the vibrant shaved ice on top, it reminds me of something you'd find at a high-end patisserie, pleasant but not particularly memorable. However, the next dessert, a hazelnut souffle with fig jam and ice cream, is a revelation, one of the best souffles I've ever had. Its impressive height and airy texture are matched by a deep hazelnut infusion. The fig jam provides a fresh counterpoint that complements the hazelnut beautifully and adds some texture, while the ice cream adds a finishing touch to make each bite a truly harmonious symphony of sweet, nutty, and fruity notes. The meal concludes with the Mignardises, a light almond puff and a rich chocolate entremet. The almond puff offers a delightful crunch and nuttiness, while the entremet provides a decadent counterpoint. Both are well executed and not overly sweet, offering a satisfying conclusion to the culinary journey. Sézanne, despite its esteemed reputation, delivers a dining experience that is ultimately a mixed bag. While the Matsutake soup, foie gras, and souffle were truly exceptional, showcasing the kitchen's potential, the remaining dishes lack the memorability and finesse one expects from establishments of this caliber. The concept of marrying French cuisine with Japanese influences hasn't yet fully achieved a harmonious marriage, with generally sound techniques but inconsistent execution. The service too was inconsistent. While some of the staff were attentive and knowledgeable, others lacked the polished demeanor and movements expected at this level. Furthermore, the central marble table, while aesthetically pleasing, became a distracting hub of activity. The constant coming and going of waiters, retrieving items and opening drawers, made even minor missteps highly visible. On a positive note, the waitstaff is happy to invite you for a tour of the kitchen and to meet the team behind the food, which adds a nice personal touch to end the meal. Considering the 5 elements that comprise our scoring criteria here at MIAM, Sézanne earns a 7.64 out of 10. While Sézanne shows moments of brilliance, we believe that further refinement in both execution and service are needed in order to truly live up to its accolades and stand out amongst Tokyo's competitive dining scene. For now, it remains a world-class environment offering a promising culinary concept that has yet to fully blossom.